How's it going, everybody? DeviantGamer here, and welcome back for another episode of TerraFirmaCraft. So, last episode we just melted down a few of these. I showed you that if you have a bucket or the sink filled with water, you can put the ingots in there and dry them faster. If you put it in there while it's still in the mold, it has a chance of losing the mold. I experimented this in creative, so I don't know if it was just a bug or if that's the way it's supposed to be. So, I just, for safety's sake, wait until at least it's a solid and just break it in my inventory here, and then put the still hot ingot in here to cool down. And it also uses less water that way as well, because the colder the ingot is, the less water it will use to cool it. And I just tossed my chisel. Get over here, chisel. Alright. Let's see. Also, I don't know if you noticed this because it's kind of dirt colored, but I did put a cobblestone slab here, knocked it down, I think 7, because it's 8 is the max. So it's just high enough that I can get in and out of here, but when I put the logs here, it thinks it's a full block, so I can still use the fire pit without having to keep placing and destroying this block, because I don't have the movement mod on this Let's Play, so I can't just like climb 2 block highs and crawl through 1 block openings or anything like that. Also, I put the other ingots in here, as you can see, and I was testing to see if they would cool down. So you see they're bright red here, and this one they're bright red, and that one's orange. I'm going to leave them here a bit, but I have a feeling that if they're in an inventory like that, they won't cool down. Also, let me take this one quickly and put it. See, I can't put ingots in chests, so I wasn't able to put it in there, but see, that cooled because it was in my inventory. So this one's 2 and 1, so kind of use that as a marker. But if you still have them in the mold forms, you can put them in a chest. And actually, I broke them all out of the mold because they became solid. But you can leave them in the mold in a chest. And when I was in my creative world testing this out, it did cool. So later on, when we get some more ingots, because we do still have ingots somewhere, I thought. No, we melted them all. I got 5 here, and I'm stuck. But I think you can put the mold liquid form in here, and I think it'll still cool. You just can't put the solid ingot form. You can only put the ingot forms actually on the ground, so you can't put them in here. And you can't even put these, I don't think, in one of these, so let's go ahead and test that as well. Yeah, you can, but storing 4 of these, well, I guess you could put a stack, so 16 each, so 64 here. It's almost just as easy putting them down like this, because then you can easily access it and all that. So I'm kind of waiting for it to become daytime. There's some things that I want to craft out of all these ingots, so we'll do that. And I also need to collect more logs, like a lot of logs. I only have almost half this full, and that's like my whole log pile right there. So I am going to go out into the wild once it's daytime again. Which should be relatively soon, and collect a whole bunch of logs, and I'll do that all off camera so I don't bore you guys with it, and we can get going on the next stage of this mod. So I'll see you guys in a bit. Oh yeah, something that I don't know if I mentioned last episode, I think I did it between last episode and this one, is I removed the MultiMine mod. So as you can see, when I'm breaking this and I stop it, I have to restart. And I also removed inventory tweaks, and those 2 are temporarily removed just because, like I was showing you in the last couple episodes, there's been a few graphical glitches, like I'll be breaking something, it won't actually break, but it really will break, or like I'll for instance, I'll like empty out the ceramic and put it like down, and then I'll go to pick up the other one, but it's already has been moved down. Things like that was kind of getting on my nerves, so I decided, you know what, I'm just going to remove them for now, and because they were just kind of like useful-ish, kind of interesting mods. They weren't like, oh my gosh, this mod Let's Play is going to break down because I don't have inventory tweaks. And it wasn't even working on the chest anyways, like doing the little center mouse click thing wasn't sorting the chest, it was only sorting my personal inventory, which I don't like doing. I like organizing my inventory in odd ways, which I can't show you because I'm mining this and I can't stop. But, you know, this isn't how inventory tweak likes to have it organized. So it wasn't helping me at all. Ooh, nice. Not sure what kind of tree this is, but it's another fruit tree. Climb. Ow. But, let's see. Probably break that branch and hope I get a sapling off of it. Come on, break. Okay, let's break it with this then. Nope, didn't get a sapling. Oh well. I'll have to... Oh, yeah, I'll mark this and get back to it later. Alright, so I went ahead and logged quite a lot. There isn't a log in between here, it's dirt, because I want easy access to all the wood here, so I did cut away here so I could stack it up, but all these are full, but this one has, this is kind of miscellaneous ones, but everything else is completely full of the single one. So pine, full of ash, there's a lot of ash trees. Ash trees actually give you quite a lot. This one's kind of a mixed batch, but they're all full again. So good amount of logs. These logs I'm actually going to probably cut soon as well, because that would be giving me an extra 6 at least. Should be able to fill one of these up with that, but until then it's not really needed. But I do want to upgrade, and the only reason I'm putting this here is because zombies have quite a long range of detection, and they can detect me sometimes outside my not spawn protection, but being in this area long enough protection. Don't know a shorter way of saying that, but anyways, they can wander here and sometimes try and eat me. So I put that there just to stop them. But archers and those kind of monsters, I've yet to have any of them kind of wander in here, so I don't think their range is quite that far. But once in a while a zombie can. But anywho, let's go ahead and improve some of these tools. So we have a stone hammer, stone knife, stone hoe, stone shovel, stone axe, stone javelin. So we have a lot of stone tools still, and these things are useful in a pinch, but not useful for longevity. So definitely I'm going to turn all these into their metal counterparts. So let's go ahead and start with some of these molds here. Now thankfully where'd it go? There we are, got a ton of clay. So we should have enough clay for all of this. I'm just gonna shift click that there. Also, since I was walking around all day long, it's still hot red. So these things keep the temperature of the material, which is actually a good thing to keep in mind. If you're smelting a lot of metal at once and you don't want them to all cool down, put them in ceramic vessels and they won't. So definitely a good thing that I tested that out, because that will be very useful later on. So I'm just going to let these cool down in my inventory, and to clear this from my inventory, I'm just going to put them right there. So anywho, let's go ahead and make some of these. You already know some of them, like for instance an axe is like so. Don't want to mess it up because you got to do the inverse of it, remember? Because you're pouring into the mold, you're not cutting away from the stone. So you invert what you did in the original form. So there is the clay axe. We already got a chisel. Let's go ahead and do a hammer. Should be like so. So there's a hammer mold. Just gonna put those like that. So we got these two. Actually, let's even just do it like that, just to keep it organized, I guess. Let's do a knife next. So it should be... Actually, this may not be the one for the knife because it's slightly different. So what would a knife be now? Let's try it like this. Okay, so that's a chisel. And there's a knife blade. Alright, so we lost 5 clay because of that mistake. But that's okay. It's not the end of the world. Alright, so let's go ahead and make a hoe. Should be across like this. And then we'll want to make a shovel, which should be like so. There's a shovel. Wow, that's like really big design. Alright, and then let's go ahead and make some other things that I wasn't able to make because they aren't stone tools. So the first one we want to make goes across just like the chisel, and then you knock it in like that, and that is a mace. So that is a better melee weapon. So I'm actually going to use this instead of javelins for a bit and test that out. Another one that I know I want to get is a scythe. So it should be across like so, and like so, and there you go. So that is a scythe mold. Scythe. And I think that's all I want to make for now. There's 1 or 2 other molds that I have yet to make for you guys, and I'll show you that at a later date. So let's go and put that back. And now they still say you can use a fire pit to cook these molds, but I've yet to be able to get that to work. But I think if I can get it to work, it'll be more efficient than using up a whole stack of logs here. So I'm going to use some of these mishap ones, the ones that I have a little bit of. Probably figure out what this is first. And I'm going to cook these up. And if I can get them to cook up in the fire pit, I'll show you guys. Yeah, I think this thing just doesn't get hot enough. I think I'm going to have to do it this way once I can start raising these temperatures up into the yellows and whites, which I can't do currently. So I'm just going to do this method because I know this method works. And I'm unfortunately going to need to get more straw. But thankfully, it just became daytime. So I'm going to use the rest of this stone and grab as much as I can here. It is sad that you can't use bone meal to regrow grass. So I'm going to probably, after I clear off this area, I'm going to start moving off to another field and collect the straw that direction. Alright, so we should, oh, shoot, can't remember which side that was. There we go. So if you accidentally do pop one out, hold shift and then right click down there, and you will eventually be able to put it back. So should be all good. And then let's grab some logs. That was what I was using for the fire pit because of it being that way. Here, let's just grab all of these and put the mishapped ones down here. Alright, and then start the fire. Come on. Oh, really? I know you can start. I've done this before. What's going on with you? Maybe it's not liking that this is so low, which is weird because that shouldn't be causing a problem at all. Let's try this again. Okay, something else must be the problem then because it didn't start with that. Let's grab the hammer here. It shouldn't be that there's different kinds of wood in here. Like, it shouldn't have a problem with that. Oops, not smooth. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Alright. Let me figure out what's going on here. Because it really shouldn't be because of the mishap of wood. And that... Oh, is that not... Okay, this isn't up all the way. That's what it is. Shoot. Let me get another stone knife. So that's what it was. And then... There we go. Okay. I was gonna say, I just did this. Why you no work no more? Alright, put that all in there. Correct. And make another fire starter. That was a waste of sticks. There we go. See, it doesn't have an issue with this. And I'm going to let this cook. Because I was out and about and not near my house, a whole bunch of monsters spawned. So, yeah. I put a log there because it was going to be quicker. I had a log right on me, and I can just easily remove it. So, yeah. There's going to be a spider on top of my roof for the night. It's going to be annoying. But that's okay because I'm going to be... oh, yeah, I found some red bell peppers. Yum. And actually tons of other seeds too. yellow bell pepper, carrot seeds, garlic seeds, and tomato seeds, because I got a whole bunch of straw because I was running out. So I'm gonna cook up this ceramic as well as reheat up some of these for the melting point and all that stuff. So shush you. So I shall be back after all that's done. So in here I have the 7 ingots, because there's 4 here and then an extra 3 here, so that's 7 mold that I'll be filling. I have my 10 ceramic molds from before here because I'm running out of inventory space because I wasn't able to put the logs away. But I'm unsure if putting the ingots in here and remelting it that way will actually remelt them. I don't see why not, seeing as you refine the ore that way, but it's something that I haven't tested myself, so we'll find out. And that's meant to be picked up. Set done. Good. Alright, we'll find out. See you in a sec. Alrighty then, so it just finished up. So let's go ahead and see if it worked. Nope, it didn't. Shoot. Oh well, I got all my molds that I need. Kind of sad in that didn't work. I know another way of doing it, but I'm not at that stage yet. So instead, I'm just going to go down and mine, oopsies, mine some more copper and just liquefy new ore in there. So I shall be back after that, and after all the ores melted and everything. Before I start this off, I wanted to let you guys know that I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 worth, because it's I believe 4 per melt. So each one of these is 4 ingots. Now I also have 2 extra because this is worth half of one, the nugget as well. So that 2 plus this 5 should also equal a nugget, and it'll get this annoying native nugget form out by melting it this direction. Alrighty then, so this just finished. I went mining for a bit to collect some of the stuff. That's just some extra pots because I had the space for it. So let's go ahead and grab all of these out of here and then pop in one of these. So it has 800, which is exactly what I wanted. Want to free that up. Let's go ahead and get our scythe. Alright, and that is just going to toss it like so. It's fine, because I have magnet mode on, so I'll pick it up. Next, we're going to make our mace. These are the 2 new tools. Next, we're going to be making a shovel, I guess, and then our hammer and axe. Let me actually pour in a few of these, because these shouldn't melt, or shouldn't turn solid that quickly. Just keeping an eye on them, because they are cooling off in my inventory, so. Alright, so we have 1 extra bar left, just because that's how the material is laid out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pour it out like so, and then open this up again, so now it's an empty one, and I can't put it in there. Interesting. Alright, oops. And I don't think I can put it in here. Oh, I can put it in there, but that's going to start cooling down. What about in here? Interesting. I'm going to leave that in there and see if it cools down. I'm just trying to figure out like ways of making it so that I can still work with these tools after the fact, because turning into bar form at this point of the game isn't going to work for me. So I need to, whoopsies, shoot. Completely forgot to take that out, because you can pour from one to another. Silly me. Alright, so there we go. Come on. What the heck? Axe and a full thing. There we go. Alright, take that out. Get the hammer in here. See, these are still in yellow white, so still liquid form, but I need to hurry up with this one. That's the last one that I need. So we're good. Because once that turns into orange, then I'm in trouble. Alright, so we got all of our tools, which is great. We've got our axe, which is going to be replacing this one. We've got our shovel, our hoe, our hammer, and our knife, and then the two new ones, which is our mace and our scythe. So all of these tools pretty much act just like their stone counterpart besides the hoe. And then the mace is a melee weapon, and the scythe I'll show off next episode. So I'll show these three off next episode, and for now I'm just going to toss these stone counterparts because they're just going to take up my inventory and they have no use. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the episode. As always, stay epic. This is DeviantGamer signing off. Adios.